Okay, folks, episode 15 of Twin Peaks. Probably, I would say the first 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes of this was the most like what people had in their minds when they found that Twin Peaks was returning. Nadine, Big Ed, Norma, progression, resolution, you know, Twin Peaksy stuff. And then it goes a bit weird, except as with everything in this third series of Twin Peaks, when things go a bit one way, they go a lot one way. So to say it goes a bit weird is an understatement. We travel with Cooper to the convenience store, which at first I thought, fuck me, it's an actual real physical place that you can visit, right up until it vanishes at the end of the scene. But he goes above the convenience store, led there by a woodsman, and sort of statically crackles out of our reality into the room that Laura visited in her dream in Fire Walk with Me, when she was given the photograph of the room to put on her wall, and then from there through a corridor slash woodland to the staircase that Gordon Cole had earlier seen the woodsman on in his vortex vision. Up there, we also get a flash of the jumping man from Firewalk with Me. This is also, remember, the convenience store that Phillip Jeffries said that he was at in Firewalk with Me, where they had one of their meetings, these lodge spirits, through to a motel. I've seen that some people are saying that it's the motel that Leland visited when he realised that he'd made an assignation to actually sleep with Laura and Teresa Banks. I haven't had a chance to go and check that out. I nibble at these Reddit threads rather than disappear down the rabbit hole to finally go and see Phillip Jeffries, and at which point, really and truly, anyone who decides that they're going to be able to predict what's going to happen in the final 3 episodes is on a hiding to nothing. After that, I kind of just switched off and let the episode roll over me. It's anyone who's still keeping calendars, and there are still people out there still talking about the different timelines and what marries up, more power to you. Carry on drawing your timelines and trying to map everything. That's absolutely fine. You're doing valiant and very important work. All I want to know about, I don't give a fuck about divergent timelines or different realities and stuff like that. What needs explaining will be explained. The most salient piece of information we've been given is that Cooper has already met Judy. And a lot of people again are hypothesizing that Judy might be code name for Garland Briggs, Judy Garland, which would make sense. Who Judy is completely up for grabs. I am still continually psyched that this is cleaving so hard to Fire Walk with Me and making that such a vital piece of text. While I remember it, the Norma scene where this really got my whatever the Twin Peaks version of Spidey sense, piney sense, tingling, tree sense, pine needle sense. I got pine pins and needles when Norma was challenged about, I thought you didn't have any family. She says, no, I've got a wonderful family. And I instantly thought about the discrepancies in the secret history of Twin Peaks, which deal with Norma's family and completely and utterly contradict what we have been told about Norma's family in the show so far. What the fuck is going on? I will tell you that the girl screaming while the lights strobed in the Roadhouse was fucking horrible. I mean, at first, when the guys removed her from the booth, I thought, I wish I had the guts to do that in pubs. I know that they were big, imposing, threatening guys, so they're assholes. But people who keep one person who keeps an entire booth, I've reserved it. There are some people coming. grinds my gears. Right, so I wish I had the gumption in real life to move people on like that. And then when she started crawling, I was like, what on earth is going on here? What? And then when she started screaming, it's just Lynch and Frost can just plug into something inexplicable and primal that is the closest sort of distillation of horror, some sort of existential, cosmic horror. I think once the final episode has aired, what I'm hoping for is that these sort of coders in the Roadhouse, set around the same booth, upon rewatch will have a completely new context. I'm hoping that the final episode, revelations in that, will completely recontextualize what we've been seeing, seemingly disconnected in the booths. After hearing the reference from Sunset Boulevard to Gordon Cole and then zapping himself with the electricity outlet, is Dale finally back with all his marbles? What a moment to cut away from that scene. We'll have to wait again another week to find out, maybe even 2 weeks. Next week might be a completely Dougie Coop free episode. And who didn't, honestly, well up a little or shed a tear with the passing of Margaret Lanterman, the Log Lady, and having the episode dedicated to the memory of a fictional character in the show seemed weirdly appropriate. There was a real passing of the guard, and at the same time a reference to conversations that she and Hawk could have in person that she won't say over the phone, because clearly Phillip Jeffries, at least, if not the Lodge Spirits in totality, have mastery over electricity. That is their medium. It's how they travel. It's clearly how they communicate. So she's so fucking clued in that there are things she won't say over the phone. It's how writing coordinates down on your arm means that that's so fucking analog, biro on the arm, that the spirits have absolutely no way of hacking into that. But through an electronic device, and it's theirs, it's completely at their disposal. One of the things I loved was that Phillip Jeffries was so obtuse that it flummoxed Evil Cooper, and he was put in a position of not knowing everything, and he really doesn't like that. He's a bit of a control freak, is Mr. C, but the little smoke signal numbers that Phillip Jeffries was giving to Evil Cooper were the same coordinates that were on Ruth Davenport's arm. Everyone is going to converge on Twin Peaks at the end. Was there ever really any doubt? I just wonder how that they're going to get Dale to Twin Peaks. I'm not going to make any predictions. It's gone completely beyond that. It's a fool's game to try and predict what will and will not happen. But there is someone who may well know and have some insight, and we saw them in this week's episode in a much changed form. And I'm really pleased to say that he is a special guest here tonight for this video. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Phillip Jeffries. Here he is. Phillip, hi. I'm really surprised to see you make an appearance in this week's Twin Peaks. And so you're a kettle now. And is there anything that you can, and I know that everyone's contracts are really watertight, and people aren't allowed to talk about the scenes that they filmed, and it was only Carl McLaughlin that was allowed to read the entire script, so all the other actors don't have a context for anything other than outside of their scenes. But given your connection now to the Black Lodge, and the fact that you're an inanimate object incapable of signing such a non-disclosure contract, I was wondering if there's anything you could tell us about what's going to be happening in the final 3 episodes. Nothing. I can't persuade you to even a little tidbit. Okay, Well, thank you, Philip Jeffries, everyone. All right. So 3 more hours to go, 2 more weeks, because I think 17 and 18 are playing back to back. Fuck knows.